Hi! So, I'm just going to shut the door. I'm an osteopath.
I'm Glenda, I'm a physio.
Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce me. I'm Giulian, I'm an osteo. So, here we are together, osteos and physios. So, what's the difference?
We get asked this all the time and find that there's really not a clear answer because there's a lot of crossover. There's everything's starting to blur together. There's just similarities, probably more so than differences in what we do.
What do you do? Like with a patient, mostly?
Well, I guess that's the thing, we call ourselves manual therapists here. So yeah, if someone comes in brand new, we will get a subjective interview with them, assess them, try and formulate a hypothesis. Obviously then that helps guide our treatment, using our different techniques, and yeah.
Sounds a lot like what I do. So we do the same thing. We take a history, we examine the patient, and then normally treatment will start with some amount of hands-on manual therapy work. So traditionally in osteopathy, that's what we've always done. We've been a bit light on the exercise rehab side. And over the years, we've started to put a bit more of that into our practice. But I'd say osteopaths are really strong with the manual therapy side of things.
Yeah, and I think then in terms of, looking after our clients after that first initial thing, we just go hand in hand well. And like you say, we're all embracing exercise and movement, and ultimately that finish point's the same no matter who you see.
So what are your preferred exercise rehab strategies?
Ooh, I always like to make sure, people start with the basics and have a good understanding. You've got to have that solid foundation.
It's all education, isn't it, really? I mean, I think that's what we spend most of our time doing, be it osteo or physio, helping people understand their own bodies.
Yeah.
I think that's the subtlety of it. I think maybe we all get a bit too caught up in, who does what, but really we're trying to teach patients about how they've gotten into this situation and really trying to teach them how to get out of it.
Yeah. That's it. If they walk away with more knowledge, that's a massive win.
What is your strength? Like, what's the thing you love doing the most? Not as a physio, just as Glenda. What do you love doing the most?
Oh, moving.
Yeah.
Moving. I'm like, I think, a lot of it comes down to movement. I have a little tattoo that you probably can't see that says "Made to Move."
Made to move.
Yeah. Funny. Where do we work right now?
That's it, isn't it? I mean, that's the underlying philosophy of it all. If the joint's not moving so well, we try and make it move. If the human's not moving so well, then that becomes the whole game. We try and educate to help them appreciate that moving is what they need to do to get better. So, I mean, you're an exercise physiologist as well, and a Pilates teacher, and a yoga teacher, and a physio. So all that coming together, you have a great understanding for how to get people moving. So what's your go-to? Do you tend to go to Pilates first?
I think a lot of the Pilates principles are very similar to yoga anyway, very good posture-based stuff. And I think, we've got to understand that before we start adding more complex movements. But then, you can add the complexity in any of those exercise modalities.
Yeah.
And add load if you want to go more traditional gym. But again, those same good foundations are there.
So really, with somebody like Glenda, I mean, she's a physio, but she does well with all areas of practice. So really, somebody coming to see you, they would get manual therapy like they'd get with me. You'd probably manipulate them in one way or another, and at some point progress them out, taking them out of the treatment room into the Pilates studio and into the gym. And really, you're a one-person, one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. We can definitely get you from the moment you hopefully don't injure yourself, but from that acute injury all the way back up to being amazing and just
And as an osteo, I tend to start working with people with my hands and freeing them up, but then I'll refer over to Glenda, especially when they get, they need to progress to Pilates or to strength and conditioning. That's where we handball over. So
we work well together.
We do, the dream team. So share this with somebody who might need to understand a bit more about what osteos and physios do, or send us a message, reach out, and we're here to help.